was just giving this some thoughts one day. You know how you want to do something or you're already doing something and there are lots of people doing what you're doing, and you now begin to think, what I'm doing, is it even going to make any difference? Is there any need? After all, there are other people that are already doing what I'm doing successfully. I really want to do this, but how can I stand out? How can I be different? So this is something I face all the time, and I know you face it too. As long as you are aspiring or you're pursuing your dreams or fulfilling purpose, or even if it's on a job, for instance, or you're running a business. So this is a feeling you would always have, that pressure of the competition in your niche. How can I break even? How can I be different? How can I be unique? I'll be sharing 5 things that help me basically in just doing what I do, which is not just practicing as a medical doctor, but also giving expression to my passion as a women development specialist and fulfilling purpose and just inspiring women out there. So it was just basically in this 2025, so I think 2023, sometime in September. I'd just been praying and just trusting God for clarity and just asking God that I just knew I wanted to do something more than my 9 to 5, and I didn't know what to do. So the idea came to start up a YouTube channel, but I was like, YouTube channel for what? Like, what am I going to be doing on the YouTube channel? I really didn't have direction. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I just put that by the side. So there was a conference I attended called the Justice Girls Conference by Pastor Mildred Okonkwo. So she's actually my mentor. I listen to her a lot. And the conference was called the Wow Man Conference. That was the theme for that year, Wow Man. And they were focusing on different aspects. So the first speaker was actually Pastor Nkechi, who I also really listened to. And on that day, she was speaking about ordination, like living purposefully as a woman. And when it was time for her to pray, she now started praying and asking God to give us clarity with regards to our purpose. And that prayer resonated very well with me. I was like, this is exactly what I've been asking God for. After that conference, to cut the long story short, the Holy Spirit just laid it in my heart and said, you are passionate about women. Right from a young age, you've always been inclined to your development as a woman, as a wife, as a mother. Why don't you start up a podcast and begin to share with regards to women development? And that was how the idea came. I did not understand the scope. I did not understand the uniqueness. He just said start a podcast, and immediately I started a podcast. And as I started the podcast, the vision began to grow. Initially, it was just about women just being purposeful in everything they do, living purposeful lives as women, and creating that balance as a woman, a wife, and a mom. So, and just basically getting inspiration from the stories of both my story and the stories of women out there. So, discussing about topical issues that have to do with womanhood, and that's just how we started, till we now started up a community and we're growing from there. So back to what I said earlier, when I now started doing my research, I discovered that there were a lot of communities for women, and I felt like, is there really any need to go on and do this? But I went on to do it. Why? So the first thing was just basically because the Holy Spirit had led me to do it. I wasn't doing it because others were doing it. I was doing what I am doing at the moment because the Holy Spirit laid it in my heart to carry it on. So for me, when I think of the pressure that comes with standing out and being unique in my niche, first, I tell myself I am not competing with anybody. That's the first thing. God was the one that laid it in my heart, and I took that step. And as He keeps giving me ideas, I will keep implementing the ideas. That's how I see it. Instead of thinking that it's a competition, think synergy. And when I say synergy, what do I mean? Basically, look out for people who are already doing what you're doing and excelling in it, and partner with them. There's something unique about you. So instead of thinking competition, think synergy. Who is already in my niche that is excelling very well, that I can partner with and give and contribute my own quota to making a difference. The next thing is, I also understand that my audience is God. Like I've earlier mentioned, God was the one that laid it in my heart. So I'm not necessarily doing things, or what can I do to make people listen to me? What can I say that people want to hear so that I would have a lot of followers? No. I am the one following God's instructions, so my first audience is God over anybody. So if I'm leading a community, for instance, first I would ask the Holy Spirit, what is it you would like us to zone on and focus on? What will you have me do? Like in 2025, Holy Spirit, how would you have me lead the Women Lighthouse community? Then I would reach out to my community members. What is it that you would want us to address this year? The third thing that I do to relieve myself of the pressure of wanting to stay at the top in my niche is that I think more of impact and influence. Anything I am doing, no matter how small, I don't have to look at the other person that is doing what I'm doing and is having 1 million followers and impacting so many people. And you even need to remember that those people started from somewhere. They did not start with 1 million followers. So even if it's one follower that I have, that is more than enough for me. What matters is I'm making an impact with every action I'm taking, and I'm influencing the lives of people. So another thing I think of is investing my time in the things that feed my productivity. So instead of looking at people's pages and seeing what they are doing and getting discouraged, this little one I'm even doing safe, it's as if it's not even making any difference, I would invest that time I would use to be focusing so much on what others are doing and making myself feel depressed. I would invest it in my productivity. How can I be better at what I'm doing? What can I do to improve on what I am doing at the moment? What skills do I need to improve on? Do I need to improve on my public speaking skills? Do I need to improve on my communication skills with people within the community? Do I need to improve on partnerships? So what do I need to grow? Do I need to take a course on maybe content development or something? I also write. Do I need to take a course on content writing? So I focus on the things I have control over and the things that would feed my productivity over what other people are doing. So the last thing also that I do when I feel that pressure is I just breathe and I just rest. I'm like, I would always do my best. So I'm not going to allow any pressure get to me. I would just rest. I would just relax. I'm like, Holy Spirit, what matters is I am fulfilled doing what I'm doing. Whatever, I really do not care. So don't let the pressure of wanting to stand out in your niche push you towards looking down on yourself, towards belittling your efforts. So this is an encouragement to someone out there listening to me that what you are doing is enough and you can do better. Not necessarily because you are competing with someone else that is doing what you're doing, but because you have the capacity for productivity. Therefore, you would invest in yourself and you would reproduce and you would have an increase in productivity. So I hope this helps you today. Thank you for listening to me today. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this with someone out there. See you in my next video. Bye.